in this example, we are going to use basic trig function in right triangles to find a missing side length. So what we've learned before is our trig functions sine is opposite over hypotenuse, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, tangent is opposite over adjacent. So we use our sides based on our reference angle to determine or to choose which of the three trig functions are going to work in this particular problem. So our reference angle is always going to be an angle other than my right angle. All right, so to use your trig function, we always have to work with an angle that's not our 90-degree angle. So it's going to be one of these other two acute angles. So in this case, my angle, my reference angle is 63 degrees. This is going to point to my opposite side. This is my hypotenuse. There's nothing identifying about my hypotenuse. There's no variable here. There's no number here. So in this problem, my hypotenuse doesn't come into play. So that means that this other side over here that I'm given is the adjacent side. So for this problem, I need to use the trig function that employs the opposite side and the adjacent side. So if we look at sine, that's opposite and hypotenuse, so it's not sine. Cosine is adjacent and hypotenuse, so it's not cosine because we're not using hypotenuse. So that means my third and final option is tangent, which does use opposite over adjacent. So I am going to write my tangent function down. So tangent, what follows my trig function itself, is my reference angle. So in this case, it's 63 degrees equals, so tangent or your trig function and your angle measure always go together. So no matter which trig function you use, it's immediately followed up with a degree measure or an angle measure. Then you put your equal sign. Now we list our ratio. So our opposite side in this case is x. The adjacent side, the denominator, is 15. So with this problem, as opposed to the previous example, in my first video, is that now my unknown, my x, is in the numerator. Where in the last problem, or problem 1, my x was in the denominator. So what that means is all I'm going to do here is I'm going to move my denominator out to the front. So that's going to isolate my x if I just slide my 15 out to the front, and I'll have 15 times tangent 63 degrees. So this is exactly how I'm going to type it into the calculator. I think the calculator automatically puts parentheses, or that starting parentheses, and then we close it up. So in my calculator, I'm going to type in 15 tangent 63 degrees. And you can put your times or your multiplication symbol there, but you don't have to. Just type in 15, tangent, followed by your angle measure, 63 degrees. Hit enter, and I get 29.4. So that means that x is equal to 29.4. So that's my answer. And I am done with this problem.